Hello everyone, my name is Shyam Manawat and I welcome all of you once again to the series of quadratic equation. Quadratic equation, an equation which is having the second order, as in the power of variable, the maximum power of variable is 2. In today's lecture, we are going to solve a third order equation, as in the maximum power of a variable there is 3. So let's get started. Here you have one example of a third order equation. The maximum power of variable is 3. So how many roots shall we get for this particular equation? Yes, we should get 3 roots. Roots means the values of x. You will get 3 values of x. Yeah, 3 different values of x. I don't know what those values will be, but you will get 3 values of x. So how to solve this? Step number 1. Step number 1 is hit and trial. Hit and try. As in, you take some random value of x, substitute some random values of x and see which values satisfy this equation. Satisfy as in, for which you get left hand side equals to right hand side. For which you get left hand side equals to right hand side. Now, let me take some random values. It could be 0, it could be 1, it could be -1, -2, +2, anything. This choice the choice is yours. Now you can be a little smarter and see the equation. Which value shall we substitute to get the left hand side equal to right hand side, as in the left hand side equal to 0. Now all the terms in this equation are positive. So we should have a negative value. We should have x equal to some negative value. Why? Because if I have all terms positive, it can never get you 0, which is the right hand side. Correct? So we should try with negative numbers. Now let me say if I substitute x is equal to -1. If I substitute x is equal to -1, then what will happen? So if I take x is equal to -1, then I can say here -1 cube. Let me take this equation down so that all will be on the same screen. Yes. So x is equal to -1. So -1 cube here plus 6 into -1 square plus 11 into -1 plus 6. That is the left hand side. That is the left hand side. Okay. This is the left hand side. Left hand side. Now simplify this. I hope you remember negative to the power odd will get you negative and negative to the power even will get you a positive outcome, right? So here -1 cube is going to get you -1 and -1 square is going to get you 1. Now 1 into 6 is 6. -1 into 11 is going to be -11 and plus 6 here. So what do you get? 6 plus 6, 12, and -1 and -11 is -12. So plus 12 and -12. What's the outcome? And that's 0. Well, you are not going to be this lucky all the time. Here, because this is concept builder video, I am taking easy equations. We are understanding how to solve. We need to first understand the steps. Now step number 2. Step number 2. Since we got this equation, this left hand side expression equals to 0 by substituting x is equal to -1. So I can say, let me take this -1 this side. So I can say x plus 1 equals to 0, right? If x is equal to -1, then I can also say x plus 1 equals to 0. And now I can say x plus 1 is a factor of a factor of given equation. Is this step clear to you? You got the expression equals to 0 by substituting x is equal to minus 1. If I take minus 1 this side, you get x plus 1, and the other side you got 0. So I can say x plus 1 is one of the factor of this equation. This by giving the reference of remainder theorem or the factor theorem in algebra. See, we have learned this in lecture number 3 of basics of algebra. If you have not gone through this lecture, please go through this lecture. You will understand what I am talking about. Now, step 3. Step 3. If I have x plus 1 as one of the factor of the given equation, then the given equation, which is x cube plus 6x square plus 11x plus 6 can be said to be x plus 1 into another expression. Now think logically. This another expression, what should be the order of this another equation? The another equation order has to be 2. That means the maximum power of the this expression, the another factor, has to be 2. Why? Think and tell me why it should be. Yes, you can write on the comment section also. Tell me, why is that so? It is because when I am going to multiply this bracket and this bracket, at the end I need the maximum power of x to be 3. So if I take only single power of variable as the second term, so x into x is going to get me maximum power as x square. That's not going to work, right? You need x cube. Okay, fine. Now let's multiply. Let's open this bracket, the right hand side bracket, and multiply to see what you get. You know how to multiply? Take one term of one bracket and multiply with all. So if I multiply x with all, what do I get? I get ax cube plus bx square plus cx, right? Then this plus 1 I multiply in all the terms. What do we get? We are going to get ax square plus, of course, plus bx plus c. Now tell me one thing. I take the similar power together. So ax square as it is, ax cube as it is. Now square term together. So ax square plus bx square. And if I take x square common out of it, I get a plus b x square. Then plus cx and bx. Add both of them. So I have b plus c equals to, into x. And the constant term is c. Yeah. Now that you equate with the left hand side. After equating, you will understand the coefficient of similar power should be same. As in, if x cube has coefficient a here to the right hand side, here what is the coefficient of x cube? That's 1. That means a equals to 1. Did you understand? Yeah. So what you do? Yeah, assuming is okay. Open the bracket. Take the same power together, take the x common and have only coefficient here. Now you compare the coefficient of same power in left hand side and right hand side. So this is how you get ax cube and here 1x cube. So a equal to 1. The coefficient has to be equal because they both sides are equal, right? Now the square term has a plus b. So I can say here a plus b equals to, what is the square term coefficient here? 6, right? Where we got a equals to 1. Can I substitute here a equals to 1? Yes, we can. So here 1 plus b equal to 6. Tell me what should be the value of b? supposed to be 5. Let's go to the next part. Now C we already have. C is what? The constant is. C is what? A constant term. The constant term equals to 6 at the left hand side, correct? So C equals to 6. Now with this I will get, with this now I have, understand this, with this I have this given equation which is x cube plus 6x square plus 11x plus 6 equals to one factor as x plus 1 and the other factor as ax square. Remember ax square, the second factor. Write the second factor having abc value which we found out, x square plus b value is what? 5. So 5x. C value is what? 6. So plus 6. Got it? Okay, we are not done yet. Now you are going to factorize this part. You know how to factorize the square term? Yeah, you remember how to factor the square term? So can I quickly write the factors? If you don't remember that, go through the previous lectures of quadratic equation. So here I will get x plus 2 into x plus 3. Okay, fine. Now what was the question? Question was, this expression was given equal to 0. It's an equation equals to 0. So if this side was 0, if this side is 0, the left hand side is 0, the right hand side should also be 0. What does it mean? It means if I say x cube plus 6x square plus 11x plus 6 equals to 0, this is given condition. Yeah, this was the equation given, and which we got equal to x plus 1 into x plus 2 into x plus 3 equals to 0. That means now I can see what are the roots. What are the roots? If the product are 0, then what are the roots? We can say x plus 1 equals to 0, so x is equal to minus 1. If we say x plus 2 equals to 0, so we can say x is equal to minus 2. If we say x plus 3 equals to 0 here, then we can say x is equal to minus 3. So you got these three roots which are the roots of given equation. Are you clear with this? If not, please rewind this part of the video. If yes, let's practice once more. Okay, I have got another equation for you. So this is concept builder video. We are learning how to solve the equation having power 3, maximum power 3. Step number 1. What is the step number 1? Substitute some random values of x, 0, 1, minus 1, 2, minus 2. Okay, you can substitute random values of x, and what I do is I look at the equation carefully and then decide what should I substitute. Here I see the cube terms are positive and the even terms, that means x square, and the constant term, that is negative. So it will be wiseful to use some positive value of x. You know why? If you use negative values of x, negative to the power q will remain negative. This is already negative. Negative to the power 1 will again become negative, and this is already negative. And now think about it. You have got all numbers with similar sign. Are you going to get that equal to 0? No, you are not going to get that equal to 0. So looking at the equation, I am saying that let's use positive values. There is no other reason behind it. Okay, I am looking at the equation and then we decide that okay, then we can think that okay, let's try positive values instead of negative. Yeah, so this comes by practice. Okay, let's substitute. Let me try 1. If I try 1, x is equal to 1. If I take x is equal to 1 for left hand side, What do I have? I'm explaining this concept builder video, that's why I'm going a little slow. If you are finding the video to be slow, please increase the speed of video and then you can watch. Yeah, x is equal to 1, substitute there. 1 cube is 1. Okay, let me not confuse you guys, write it properly. Think about it, what do you get here? 1 minus 10 plus 30 minus 30. Yeah, this is what? Minus 40. This is what? Plus 31. That's not going to get you equal to 0, right? Let's try the next number. X is equal to x is equal to 2 this time. X equals to 2 this time. So substitute in the equation. This is the equation. Yeah, x is equal to 2 for this equation. The left hand side is going to be 2 cube minus 10 into 2 square plus 31 into 2 minus 30. Here I got 8 minus 2 square is 4, so minus 40, plus here I got 62 and this is what? Minus 30 as it is. Now tell me one thing, minus 40 minus 30 equals to what? Minus 70, and my plus 8 and plus 62 is what? Equals to plus 70. So do you get that equal to 0? Yes? Yes? Yeah, you get that equal to 0. What does this mean? For x is equal to 2, we get left hand side equal to right hand side. Step number 1, we got that. Okay, now what was step number 2? Step 2, if x is equal to 0, for x is equal to 2, we got left hand side equals to 0. That means take this 2 towards x. So we got x minus 2 equals to 0. So we can say what? X minus 2 is a factor of given equation, right? Now step 3, what is step 3? Now see, I have shown you one version of step 3, which is what? You compare the coefficient and then find the value of then find the value of ABC. Yeah, or you can also do one thing, you can divide this given expression by x minus 2 and find the quotient, and that quotient will be a quadratic equation, a quadratic expression, and then try finding the factors of that quadratic expression. You can do that way also. That's also one of the method. I find this to be easy to explain, so I'm going with the same, which is what? Given equation, which is x cube minus 10x square plus 31x minus 30 equals to 0. So the left hand side of this expression, for which we got one of the factor as x minus 2, I write x cube minus 10x square plus 31x minus 30 has one of the factor as x minus 2. So I'll write x minus 2 here. Then I have what? Ax square plus bx plus c. It has to be a second order expression here, because at the end you need what? A third order expression, right? So the second factor has to be a second order expression. That should be pretty clear. And guys, you can remove steps. So I am writing all the steps so that I can explain you, I can make you understand how to solve. Otherwise you can remove extra steps, whichever you are finding extra. There are a lot of extra steps, I know. Okay, let's focus on this side, the right hand side. So x minus 2 multiply here, x minus 2 multiply here. So for the cube term I have only this. Yeah, let's try to make it shorter. So I have ax cube. Now for square term, Look at this. For square term, I will have x into bx, which is bx square, and minus 2 into ax square. If you multiply both, you are going to get what? Minus 2 into ax square, you are going to get what? Minus 2x square. That's how you got the square terms, right? Like here, you are getting bx square, and here you are getting what? Minus 2ax square. Yeah, this is a positive one. So I can directly write the square term here as plus bracket. Let me take the x square common. Remove extra steps. You are not going to get extra marks for extra steps. Yeah, I hope this is clear. I am looking for the square term. So square term I can get by multiplying x with x and constant term with a square term. Correct? So here I have b. I take x square common from here, and here I have what? Minus 2a. Okay. Now the next one is the single. That means the x term. So here I can get x term. Can I remove this part? Okay, thank you. Yes, now look at the single power. How will I get single power? Multiplying the single power with constant or constant with single power, right? So if I multiply x with c, you are going to get cx, and if you multiply minus 2 with bx, you are going to get minus 2bx. So the x term here will be, if I take x common from cx, I have c, and if I take x common from minus 2bx, I have minus 2b. Correct? And then constant term, of course, the constant term will only be constant into constant. So minus 2 into c. You know, always go with the sign. Don't forget sign. People make mistake. Even sometimes I also make mistake. Yeah, but I look at the steps again. Yeah, I am also human. Insan. Yeah. Okay. And that too, when you are teaching in front of camera, looking at yourself, you get more. नहीं ये नहीं बोलना चाहिए. वो looking at the camera teaching और उन्होंने बोला काट देना. हाँ विराज बोला काट देना. वो इंसान तक ठीक है. ओके, चलते हैं आगे. Now if you equate the coefficients, let's equate the coefficients. Here you got x cube minus 10x square plus 31x. See, I leave the decision with you whether you find this this method is easy, or you can also go with the another method. As I said, another method is what? You got one of the factor as x minus 2. So you divide this expression, which is what? X cube minus 10x square plus 31x minus 30. Yeah, you can divide this. Okay, once you divide, you are going to get another expression which will be second order equation, and then that expression you should take and then again factorize. So you can try that method also. As I said, I find this method is little easier to explain to all my students. Now comparing the coefficients, I need to compare the coefficients. Let's compare the coefficients. So here I have got x cube term, x cube term. The coefficient of x cube term at left hand side, sorry, at right hand side is a, and the left hand side is 1. So let's see, let's say a equals to 1 here. Now square term, look at the square term. The coefficient is minus 10, not 10, minus 10, and here is what? Plus of b minus 2a. Look at this. So b minus 2a equals to minus 10. A equals to 1. Substitute here. From here, substitute a equals to 1. You get, what do you get the value of b? B here 1. 1 you shift to the other side, transfer to the other side. So a equal to 1, substitute, you get minus 2. To the other side, minus 10 minus plus 2. minus 10 it will become plus 2. So b equals to what? Minus 8. Fine. And c constant term, you can take this one, minus 30. So minus 2c equals to minus 30. Minus 2c equals to minus 30. See, at the end you need the value of a, b, c. Yeah. So this is by comparing the cube term, this is by comparing the square term, and this is by comparing the constant term. Yeah. You can compare the power one, like x term also. That's also fine. As I said, at the end you need to find out the value of a, b and c. So what you get here? Tell me. C is equal to what? 15 plus 15. Change the color. C equals to what? 15. Yes. So you got the value of a, you got the value of b, you got the value of c. That means the expression now, which is x cube minus 10x square plus 31x minus 30 equals to x minus 2 into the other expression, which is what? Ax square. A equals to 1. So I have only x square here. A is equal to 1. Yeah. Then bx, where b equal to minus 8. So I got minus 8x here. Yeah, for b. And c is what? 15. So I got plus 15 here. Alright. So this is the second factor. I hope you are clear with this step. Yeah, I hope you're clear with this step. Yes. Now, further what we need to do? We need to further factorize this square term. So what you get? X minus 2 as it is, and factorize 15. 5 into 3. 5 plus 3 is what? 8. Yes. So the factors are what? X minus 5 and x minus 3. Okay. Now, the moment you get factors, you can say the roots are what? This expression was given to be 0. That means this should also be equals to 0. Remember the question. This is equal to 0. So the other side should also be equal to 0. And if x minus 2 equals to 0, then x will be equal to 2 root x minus 5 equals to 0, the second factor. That means x should be equal to 5. And if x minus 3 equals to 0, then you will get x is equals to 3. Yeah, concept builder video. So you got the roots of this cubical equation, a third order equation, or equation having maximum power of variable 3. Fine. So, well, this is, I know that this is little lengthy, and you practice, you can remove lot of steps here. See, you can remove lot of steps. I have written more steps so that I can make it easy for you to understand, but you can remove lot of steps and be a little faster. And yeah, of course, I am going to show you some shortcuts also, but not in this video. This is only concept builder video. So I hope you understood how to find the roots of the third order equation. So this is it in today's lecture. In next lecture, I am going to show you some applications of this third order equation, these type of question dealing with roots. So my name is Shamanawat, signing off. I will see you in the next lecture. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy. Bye bye.